Hey, you playa! Red pill YouTube creators are trying to scare you into thinking you are completely disadvantaged in the dating market today and that there's no purpose in actually pursuing a girl that you like. But I'm here to tell you that they are completely wrong, and this is why. Let's be honest for a second. There are a lot of guys out there struggling with dating and relationships. They're seeking out answers to the questions that they have. How do you navigate hookup culture? How do you deal with modern day dating, with dating apps and all these different things that may make you feel disadvantaged as a guy? And they're seeking out those answers on a lot of red pill channels. Fresh and Fit, Rolo Tomasi, Just Pearly Things, just to name a few. The issue I see is that a lot of these channels prey on the vulnerability that many of these guys have. So I wanted to address 3 topics that they're constantly talking about to no end, and I feel like they're giving really bad information. First off, hookup culture. Is it destroying the whole dating atmosphere and creating a slew of problems that you need to worry about as a guy? Short answer is yes. However, you may still want to participate in hookup culture. Hooking up with someone isn't always the problem. There are actually things that surround the hookup that you need to pay more attention to. One of the biggest challenges to arise from a hookup scenario is a lack of clarity and communication about what your intentions are. If you're going into that experience just wanting to have a sexual encounter with that person and that person is on the same page, then that's totally fine. There are plenty ways to do it safe and healthy and not hurt the other person. Where the challenge comes in is when you have different intentions from them, when they maybe want something more, or they're doing it because they want to gain your attention. They want you to like them. They want you to feel something special about them, and they're not being clear with you. This will happen from time to time, and the best thing that you can do is to catch it early on. If you notice that that person is starting to catch feelings, end it. Don't hook up with them anymore. Remember, you want to both be on the same page, and if you're not, don't just enjoy the simple pleasure of getting what you want from them, because that's contributing to the negative cycle around hookup culture. And it's mainly that incongruence that a lot of these red pill channels tend to overlook. Instead, they focus on the hyper-sensationalized fear-mongering by saying things like, if a girl sleeps around a lot, she's a hoe, you're gonna get made fun of by a lot of people, she's gonna use you and abuse you and drop you as soon as she finds a better quality guy, and you're gonna get an STD from her. Which, like I said, all these things can be mitigated. You can work on preventing STDs, and you can choose who you want to sleep with. You can always get tested with your partner. So they're building this narrative that women are out to get you, and it's just not true. Just be honest and open with them about what you want. Hopefully they can do the same, and you can engage openly and sexually without any problems. Another thing I feel like they commonly talk about is this idea of self-improvement removed from dating. Don't focus on women, they are a waste of your time, energy, and resources. Instead, exercise, make money, and do you. Now, this is not a philosophy that I completely agree with, mainly because I think that when you take that path, you start to look at women only as just this object of desire that you are trying to pull yourself away from, rather than people you can have deep, intimate connections with. Granted, I understand that there are a lot of guys out there that do have things like porn addictions, or they simp after girls, and because of that, they tend to neglect themselves. But I want you to stop looking at women as adversaries. They're not out to get you, to ruin you, to take advantage of you. They are simply people who want to be sexual in their own way, who want to explore and have relationships, and that's something that you can actually pursue while still working on yourself. I would say that if you ultimately want to have a happy and healthy relationship, the best thing you can do is to welcome girls into the fold, not completely cut them out and wait for the perfect and pure girl to come your way. Interact with different girls. Learn how to build those social skills and flirting skills. Go on different dates so you can understand what yours and her boundaries are. This is going to help you evolve as a person. I just don't understand why cutting people out and just not allowing this to be a part of your life is actually going to help you grow. And the major topic that I see a lot of these red pill channels focus on is this shift in gender roles, how culture is changing, how women are becoming more empowered, and how things are operating differently with men and women. Now, this is a huge topic that I'll probably need a whole other video for, but let me just give you some of my quick thoughts. Anyone who glamorizes how women had it so much better back in the day and how they're so miserable now really doesn't understand a lot of the challenges that women had to go through over the decades just to gain some basic rights. They'll talk about how the divorce rates were so much lower back then, which is obviously a clear sign that people were happier in their marriages, right? That's not exactly true. The fact of the matter is that people are happier when they have autonomy in their own decisions. If you're forced to be with a partner that's abusive or hurtful or just coercive in any way, yeah, you might pretend to be happy because you have no options. They'll harp on things like hypergamy and make you believe that women only care about money and status. The guy can just go to hell. He doesn't really even matter in the equation. But if you look at the research, especially from the Gottman Institute, you'll see the happiest relationships are the ones where the couples can communicate, they can open up to each other, they can form a healthy and strong bond. Yes, money and status do play a role in it, but there's so much more to a partnership that they just ignore. And those are just some of the points they bring up. We can literally be here all day just diving into each and every single one of them, but what I would encourage you to do is to challenge everything that you hear. Just because some guy says it in a very convincing way on a podcast doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. Dating in today's day and age is definitely still worth pursuing. And as society evolves and changes, it's just a matter of learning how to navigate that new frontier as best as you can, not living in fear of it like a lot of these red pill channels want you to do. They're very good at painting this narrative that women are out to get you. They're out to screw you at every turn just for their own self-ego and glory, but don't believe their lies. You can find a good quality partner and you can experience hookup culture. You can hook up with different people and live your life, pursue your goals at the same time. It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. You can do it all at once and still be happy. Now, if you're someone that totally disagrees with everything that I said, leave your comment down below. Let's have that discussion. And what I want you to do after that is to click on the video over there on the screen where I'm going to share more of my thoughts on modern dating. I'm going to look at some of the statistics. It's going to help you get a better understanding of how to navigate this dating world. On that note, I'll catch you next time. As always, love and peace.